People over 60. Do you have a jar of honey in your kitchen? Perhaps every morning you still have the habit of stirring a spoonful of honey into your warm cup of tea, or spreading a layer of sweet honey on a golden brown slice of toast. We often believe that honey is the perfect natural sweetener. No worries, no need for consideration. But what if I told you that combining honey with the wrong types of food could silently trigger chronic inflammation in your body, cause prolonged digestive disturbances, and even increase the risk of memory loss and some types of cancer? Would you be ready to reconsider that seemingly harmless habit? In today's video, the Longevity Tips channel will help you uncover the secrets behind the familiar jar of honey. 3 food groups you should absolutely avoid when using honey to protect your digestive system, brain, and overall health. 3 golden combinations with honey that help boost immunity, improve natural sleep, and keep your heart healthy every day. Let's explore how to use honey not only for its delicious taste, but also as a sustainable health remedy for you and your family. Combinations to avoid with honey. 1. Honey plus soy products, especially soy milk and tofu. In modern life, as more people focus on natural health and whole foods, honey and soy have both been considered golden friends in daily diets. However, there is one thing that most people don't realize. Combining honey with soy products, such as soy milk or tofu, can accidentally cause the opposite effect, negatively impacting health, especially in older adults. Let's dive into why this happens. Natural honey is considered a warm food in Eastern medicine. It contains a range of biological enzymes, vitamins, and antioxidants, and is famous for its antibacterial properties, digestive support, and immune-boosting effects. Meanwhile, soy, from soft tofu to rich soy milk, has a cooling nature, packed with plant-based protein and isoflavones, which are valuable for heart health and hormone balance. But when these 2 superfoods meet, a biochemical reaction occurs that few notice. The enzymes in honey can combine with the protein in soy, forming a precipitate that reduces nutrient absorption. To simplify, instead of allowing your body to fully absorb the good nutrients, this combination creates small clumps in the digestive system. The result is that you might experience bloating, indigestion, or even prolonged gassiness, a condition that older adults with already declining digestive function are more likely to encounter. From the perspective of traditional Chinese medicine, the issue isn't just a simple biochemical reaction, but also an energy conflict. Honey is warming, stimulating metabolic activity, while soy is cooling, soothing the internal system. When consumed together, the body is pulled in 2 opposing directions, disrupting the spleen and stomach, the organs responsible for digestion and absorption in traditional medicine. If prolonged, this imbalance could lead to poor digestion, fatigue, and a weakened immune system. This explains why many Asian Americans, who are accustomed to eating tofu or drinking soy milk from a young age, may encounter digestive problems when they switch to Western eating habits, such as adding honey to their soy milk for a quick breakfast. Some even blame lactose intolerance, when the real cause is this improper combination. A small study in California found that those who consumed honey and soy together for 7 consecutive days, particularly individuals over 60, had a nearly 35% higher rate of symptoms like bloating and slow digestion compared to those who ate each food separately. This is a number worth considering, especially in the context of America's rapidly aging population, with over 16% of the population being 65 or older. From the standpoint of modern science, this phenomenon can be explained by the enzymes in honey, such as diastase, invertase, and glucose oxidase, while soy contains glycinins and conglycinins, 2 primary types of proteins. When the enzymes in honey interact with soy protein, they alter its structure, reducing solubility and causing a precipitate in the intestines. This is not just a laboratory chemical reaction. It happens inside your body after each seemingly healthy meal. One more important point. In older adults, the natural rate of digestion has decreased due to a reduction in digestive enzyme secretion. When further burdened by the honey-soy combination, the digestive system, already weakened, becomes even more overwhelmed. This can lead to indirect consequences, such as loss of appetite, unexplained weight loss, or even chronic constipation, common but very concerning issues for older adults. So what's the solution? The simple rule: enjoy honey and soy separately. If you love the sweet natural flavor of honey, use it with warm water, adding a slice of lemon or ginger in the morning. If you want to enjoy the benefits of soy, have soy milk or tofu in separate meals, at least 2 to 3 hours apart from honey consumption. A small tip from nutrition experts at Mayo Clinic: combine honey with warm foods such as whole oats, whole grain bread, or herbal tea. Soy should be eaten with leafy greens or cooling grains like barley to maximize benefits without harming your digestive system. To make it easy to remember, you can apply a simple principle called couple with the same energy. Warm foods go with warm foods. Cool foods go with cool foods. Avoid mixing them recklessly if you want your body to function smoothly and healthily, especially once you're over 60, when even small dietary mistakes can have significant consequences. 2. Honey plus strong tea, rich in tannin. Today, tea and honey are almost iconic symbols of relaxation and natural health care. A hot cup of green tea or strong black tea with a few drops of pure honey is considered the perfect choice for those who want to stay alert while enjoying the benefits of nature. But few realize that behind this seemingly perfect combination, there lies a potential risk that can silently affect health, especially for older adults. To understand this better, we need to look at the chemistry behind it. Tea, especially green tea and black tea, is rich in tannins, a group of natural polyphenols with strong antioxidant properties. Tannins help protect cells from damage caused by free radicals, and they also give tea its characteristic astringency. In theory, tannins are beneficial to health when consumed in moderation. However, when tannins in tea meet honey, a rich source of minerals including iron, problems begin to arise. Tannins have the ability to bind with the free iron in honey to form compounds known as tannin-iron complexes. These complexes are very stable and hard to break down in the body's digestive system. As a result, iron, an essential mineral for red blood cell production and oxygen transport in the blood, cannot be effectively absorbed. For older adults who are already at risk for anemia due to aging, this reduced iron absorption becomes a serious risk. A cup of strong tea with honey every morning can gradually decrease iron levels in the body over time, leading to symptoms such as prolonged fatigue, dizziness, pale skin, shortness of breath during light activity, and especially reduced concentration, a common issue often confused with the normal effects of aging. In fact, many older adults are hospitalized due to complications from anemia without realizing that this simple habit might be contributing to their condition. According to a study conducted at the Mayo Clinic, people over 60 who drank more than 3 cups of strong tea daily, combined with honey, had a 28% higher incidence of anemia symptoms compared to those who drank weaker tea or consumed honey separately. This highlights the importance of understanding the proper food combinations to maintain health, especially as the body becomes less flexible in regulating itself as we age. Additionally, the temperature of the water when mixing tea and honey also plays a crucial role. If you pour honey directly into boiling water, above 70 degrees Celsius or about 158 degrees Fahrenheit, valuable enzymes in honey, such as diastase, invertase, and glucose oxidase, will be destroyed. These enzymes not only support digestion and enhance immunity, but also contribute to the body's natural anti-inflammatory process. Once these enzymes are denatured by heat, honey becomes nothing more than a sugary syrup, losing much of its original nutritional value. This explains why, in Japanese tea culture, where the elderly population has some of the highest longevity rates in the world, they always brew tea at a moderate temperature, between 60 degrees Celsius and 70 degrees Celsius. If they use honey, they usually allow the tea to cool slightly before adding it. In contrast, in the US, while the habit of drinking tea can sometimes lean toward quick convenience, it is very common to add honey directly to a steaming cup of tea. This not only destroys the valuable enzymes, but also creates an environment conducive to the precipitation reaction between tannins and iron. Some nutrition experts at the Cleveland Clinic recommend, if you want to combine tea and honey, Choose lighter tea brewed at a water temperature around 60 to 65 degrees Celsius, and only add honey when the water has cooled down to a warm temperature. Additionally, it's better to drink tea between meals rather than right before or after eating to avoid interfering with nutrient absorption. A small tip for older adults is to occasionally replace strong tea with herbal teas such as chamomile, peppermint, or rooibos. These teas contain little to no tannins, so they won't hinder iron absorption when consumed with honey. Furthermore, if you enjoy strong black or green tea, make sure that your daily diet is rich in foods containing natural vitamin C, such as oranges, strawberries, kiwis, or broccoli. Vitamin C can help increase iron absorption, reducing some of the negative effects of tannins in tea. In today's world, where functional foods and health-oriented tea habits are booming, having this knowledge will not only help you enjoy your food more, but also help you smartly protect your long-term health. The most important thing to remember is, the right combination will enhance the nutritional value, while the wrong combination will silently cause harm. With honey and tea, just a few small adjustments, like reducing the strength of the tea, paying attention to water temperature, and timing the addition of honey, will allow you to maximize the benefits that nature has to offer while avoiding unwanted health consequences, especially in old age. 3. Honey and raw onion. The use of honey combined with raw onion to treat coughs is well known, especially in Asian and Latino communities. This popular remedy is often spread as a miracle folk remedy, easy to make and inexpensive. However, from the perspective of modern science, the combination of honey with raw onion poses significant health risks, particularly for older adults or those with sensitive digestive systems. To understand why, we need to look at the chemical mechanisms. Raw onions contain allicin, a potent sulfur compound that is produced when onion cells are chopped or crushed. Allicin is the primary compound that gives onions their natural antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. On the other hand, honey also possesses a range of enzymes and powerful antioxidants that have antibacterial properties and soothe the respiratory lining. In theory, combining these two ingredients seems promising in alleviating mild cough symptoms, sore throats, or mild colds. However, the reality, in terms of chemistry and physiology, reveals a more complex picture. Allicin in onions is highly sensitive and can easily undergo fermentation when it enters the stomach, particularly when combined with the high natural sugars in honey. The simultaneous presence of active allicin and monosaccharides from honey creates an ideal environment for sugar-fermenting bacteria, a natural process, but if it occurs excessively in the stomach, it can cause bloating, acid reflux, abdominal distension, and digestive disorders. In younger individuals, the digestive system is more flexible and can somewhat tolerate this condition. But for those over 60, when enzyme secretion declines, stomach emptying slows down, and intestinal motility weakens, excessive fermentation can lead to more serious complications. Prolonged indigestion not only affects quality of life, but also increases the risk of gastroesophageal reflux, mucosal inflammation, and even a decrease in overall nutrient absorption. A small survey at the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, showed that 42% of older adults who tried the honey-onion combination for 7 consecutive days experienced noticeable bloating and indigestion, with 18% needing digestive aid medications afterward. This highlights the fact that casually using folk remedies without understanding their biological mechanisms can have significant adverse health effects. Additionally, from a medical effectiveness standpoint, although both onions and honey have distinct antibacterial properties, when combined, the enzymes and bioactive compounds may be denatured or lose effectiveness. Allicin, which is unstable, rapidly oxidizes or breaks down in a moist and sugary environment like honey. Meanwhile, honey, which has natural antibacterial properties due to its peroxide content, is diluted by the onion extract, weakening its overall antibacterial capacity. In other words, instead of creating a powerful dual remedy, this combination may weaken the natural effectiveness of both ingredients, preventing the desired therapeutic effect from being achieved. This is especially important when considering the health habits of older adults. In modern American healthcare culture, especially in nursing homes and elder care centers. Managing factors that lead to bloating, indigestion, and acid reflux is a top priority. An elderly person with bloating or acid reflux not only feels uncomfortable, but is also at risk of weight loss, reduced mobility, disrupted sleep, and even depression due to the decline in quality of life. It is also important to emphasize that older adults commonly use various prescription medications, such as for blood pressure, diabetes, anti-inflammatories, and antidepressants. Many of these medications have side effects such as bloating, nausea, or slowing down intestinal motility. Adding a folk remedy like honey-soaked onions that induces strong fermentation can unintentionally exacerbate these side effects, making health management more complicated. So, if honey-soaked onion is not an option, what are some safer alternatives for older adults who want to reduce coughs naturally? Some methods recommended by nutrition experts and functional medicine practitioners in the US include honey with herbal tea. Use honey with ginger tea, licorice tea, or warm chamomile tea to soothe the throat lining without burdening the digestive system. Steam with natural essential oils. Use eucalyptus or peppermint essential oils for steam inhalation to relieve nasal congestion, support clear breathing, and reduce coughs caused by irritation. Natural cough syrup with propolis. Products containing propolis combined with honey are becoming popular on the market due to their immune-boosting and soothing effects, with minimal side effects. Increase warm water and maintain moisture in the environment. Especially during winter or when using heating systems, maintaining air humidity helps reduce respiratory irritation, thus effectively reducing coughs. Another important note is that, regardless of the natural method used, older adults should consult their doctor before trying, especially if underlying conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, or chronic digestive diseases. We have just explored the combinations to avoid with honey. Now, let's explore which foods combine with honey to help the elderly live longer and healthier. 1. Honey plus warm milk, the secret to natural deep sleep. One of the simple, yet highly effective formulas recommended by sleep health experts is the combination of warm milk and pure honey. From a nutritional standpoint, fresh milk, especially natural cow's milk, contains tryptophan, an essential amino acid. When ingested, tryptophan serves as a raw material to produce serotonin, a hormone that stabilizes mood, creating a sense of relaxation and happiness. Serotonin is then converted into melatonin, a hormone that regulates the body's natural sleep cycle. In other words, tryptophan is the chemical bridge that helps the human body naturally and gently fall into a state of drowsiness. However, the tryptophan content in food is often low, and the body's ability to absorb it is limited by many factors, such as the presence of competing amino acids in the bloodstream. This is where honey plays a special role. Pure honey contains a balanced ratio of natural sugars, including glucose and fructose, which gently stimulates insulin release. This insulin promotes the transport of tryptophan across the blood-brain barrier, making serotonin production more efficient. Additionally, honey helps maintain glycogen levels in the liver overnight, preventing sudden wake-ups due to mild hypoglycemia, a common cause of disrupted sleep in the elderly. Some studies at the American Academy of Sleep Medicine have shown that people who drink a warm glass of milk with honey before bed fall asleep 20% faster and experience 15 to 18% deeper sleep quality compared to a control group that did not use this combination. To achieve optimal results, people over 60 are usually advised to follow these steps. Heat milk to about 40 to 45 degrees, 104 to 130 degrees Fahrenheit, without boiling, to avoid destroying heat-sensitive nutrients in the milk. Add 1 tablespoon of pure honey after the milk has cooled slightly. This not only protects the beneficial enzymes in honey, but also ensures the natural flavor. Drink about 30 minutes before bedtime in a quiet environment with soft lighting to allow melatonin to work most effectively. Additionally, those who are frequently influenced by electronic devices and blue light from phone and computer screens will find that incorporating this warm milk and honey routine each evening acts as a biological signal to inform the body that it's time to prepare for rest. This is crucial in re-establishing the natural circadian rhythm, which is easily disrupted by the fast-paced modern lifestyle. Another overlooked benefit, the combination of warm milk and honey, is not only good for sleep, but also supports gut health. Milk contains lactose, a mild prebiotic that nourishes beneficial bacteria, while honey has mild antibacterial properties that help balance the gut microbiota. A healthy digestive system also improves sleep, as the gut-brain axis plays a significant role in regulating mood and sleep quality. Culturally, Americans have long recognized the link between nutrition and sleep. Many nursing homes and healthcare institutions today are integrating sleep nutrition programs, with the warm milk and honey formula being offered as a safe alternative to sleeping pills or synthetic sleep aids, which often cause side effects. However, there are a few important points to note in order to optimize the effectiveness of this formula. Choose pure organic honey. Avoid industrial honey or those mixed with artificial sugars, as they can cause sudden blood sugar spikes, negatively affecting the sleep cycle. Milk can be either cow's milk or plant-based milk supplemented with tryptophan. If you are lactose intolerant, choose plant-based milks like soy or oat milk, but prioritize those with added protein or naturally occurring tryptophan. Do not overdo it. Each serving should be only 150 to 200 milliliters of milk with 1 tablespoon of honey. Excessive amounts can lead to bloating, frequent nighttime urination, or unwanted weight gain. In the context of modern American society, where nearly 1/3 of the adult population suffers from chronic sleep disorders, returning to natural solutions like warm milk with honey is not just a fleeting trend, but a sustainable healthcare strategy that aligns with the increasingly celebrated spirit of holistic wellness. 2. Honey cinnamon reduces inflammation, stabilizes blood sugar, protects cardiovascular health. Cinnamon, the familiar aromatic spice in Western cuisine, contains cinnamaldehyde, a potent bioactive compound. Scientific studies have proven that cinnamaldehyde can dilate blood vessels, improve circulation, reduce vasoconstriction, and gently lower blood pressure. Furthermore, it has strong anti-inflammatory properties, helping to reduce joint pain caused by osteoarthritis, one of the main factors affecting the quality of life in the elderly. When cinnamon is combined with honey, a synergistic biological effect is activated. Honey, with its antioxidant enzymes, natural anti-inflammatory properties, and ability to gently stabilize blood sugar levels, combines with cinnamaldehyde in cinnamon to create a formula that is both anti-inflammatory and regulates blood sugar metabolism, while effectively protecting cardiovascular health. From a metabolic perspective, honey helps the body absorb the active compounds in cinnamon more quickly through the digestive system by promoting the natural release of insulin. Meanwhile, cinnamon enhances the insulin sensitivity of cells, meaning the body uses glucose more efficiently, preventing erratic blood sugar fluctuations, a significant risk factor for type 2 diabetes. A study from the University of Maryland showed that middle-aged and elderly individuals who consumed cinnamon regularly every day, in reasonable doses, improved their HbA1c, a midterm blood sugar control index, by 8 to 11% after 3 months. When cinnamon is used with honey, blood sugar control effectiveness is even higher due to the stability of the energy source from the natural sugars in honey, avoiding sudden blood sugar spikes. Moreover, the anti-inflammatory impact of this duo is also noteworthy. Chronic low-grade inflammation in the body, even if it does not cause immediate pain, is the underlying factor of most degenerative diseases, from arthritis and atherosclerosis to cognitive decline in the elderly. Regular use of honey mixed with cinnamon not only helps reduce inflammation markers, such as CRP, C-reactive protein, in the blood, but also helps reduce feelings of joint stiffness and bone pain in the morning, one of the common complaints among the elderly. The recommended method for use, as advised by experts, is dissolve half teaspoon of pure cinnamon, preferably Ceylon cinnamon. True cinnamon, because it contains lower levels of coumarin, which is safer for the liver. Mix it into about 150 to 200 milliliters of warm water at a temperature of around 40 to 50 degrees Celsius to preserve the bioactive compounds. Stir well, Then add 1 tablespoon of pure honey last to avoid destroying the enzymes in the honey with overly hot water. Drink in the morning on an empty stomach or in the afternoon, about 1 hour after a meal, to achieve optimal results. Additionally, to maximize the benefits, individuals over 60 are advised to follow a few more tips. Use high-quality cinnamon. In the US, Ceylon cinnamon is typically more expensive than cassia cinnamon, but is safer for long-term use, especially for those with potential liver conditions. Do not overuse high doses. Despite being a natural food, excessive use of cinnamon can put a strain on the liver. A daily intake of about half to 1 teaspoon of cinnamon is sufficient. Combined with a healthy lifestyle, honey and cinnamon support health best when paired with a diet low in refined sugar, rich in fruits and vegetables, and maintaining regular physical activity. In a proactive healthcare culture, using bioactive foods like cinnamon and honey is gradually becoming part of a long-term healthy living strategy. At organic food chains like Whole Foods Market or Trader Joe's, pure Ceylon cinnamon and organic honey are becoming more widely available, reflecting a shift in consumer awareness toward prioritizing whole foods and minimally processed products. Moreover, the growing movement of functional foods, natural functional foods, is driving the trend of using traditional formulas like honey and cinnamon. Unlike synthetic functional foods, the solution from honey and cinnamon provides the body with a form of gentle medicine, naturally supporting the self-healing mechanisms without causing severe side effects like chemical drugs. More importantly, the honey-cinnamon formula also helps change sugar consumption habits in the elderly community, who are facing a health crisis due to excessive intake of refined sugars and refined carbohydrates. Instead of choosing beverages with artificial sugars, the elderly can gradually shift to the habit of using honey, a source of natural sugar with a much lower glycemic index, along with a host of beneficial antioxidants. 3. Honey plus white radish, natural cough remedy, boosts immunity. White radish, also known as white radish, has long been recognized not only as a vegetable in cuisine, but also as a natural remedy that helps clean the respiratory tract. White radish contains 2 special bioactive compounds, raffinine and isothiocyanate. Raffinine has strong antibacterial properties, capable of inhibiting the growth of many respiratory pathogens, while isothiocyanate helps thin mucus, stimulates natural cough reflexes, and aids in lung cleansing. When white radish is combined with honey, we not only double the therapeutic effect, but also take advantage of the synergistic potential between the 2 ingredients. Honey not only provides mild antibacterial properties, but also soothes the throat lining, reducing irritation while helping the body absorb the active compounds from the radish more quickly due to its ability to enhance the bioavailability of nutrients through the digestive mucosa. The traditional method is very simple, yet highly effective. Slice the white radish thinly or chop it into small cubes. Place it in a clean glass jar. Cover it with pure honey and seal it tightly. After about 8 to 12 hours of steeping at room temperature, or in the refrigerator if the weather is too hot, the radish will release juice that mixes with the honey, forming a light yellowish, mildly aromatic mixture. This extract is then consumed 2 to 3 times a day, with each serving 1 to 2 tablespoons, either directly or diluted with warm water according to preference. The positive effects can be felt after just a few days of regular use. The sore throat, dry cough, and productive cough significantly reduce, especially for the elderly, a population more vulnerable to respiratory illnesses due to weakened immune systems. This formula offers a natural, safe, and easy-to-apply solution at home, without needing to rely too heavily on antibiotics or synthetic cough medicines that carry potential side effects. Some preliminary studies conducted at the University of Wisconsin also suggest that the bioactive compounds in white radish, when combined with honey, can reduce the inflammation in the respiratory mucosa and improve recovery speed from mild infections like colds and sore throats, particularly during the winter months, peak flu season. From a nutritional standpoint, honey also provides natural energy, helping the body recover quickly from the weakened state caused by illness and boosting the immune system. The natural sugars in honey support the liver in storing glycogen. a vital energy reserve for regenerating immune cells. However, to achieve optimal results when using the honey-infused white radish formula, a few important points should be noted. Choose clean, organic ingredients. The white radish should be of organic origin to minimize pesticide and growth regulator residues, which could reduce the quality of the extract. Honey should also be pure, unheated, and not mixed with industrial sugars. Proper ratio. It is best to use about 200 grams of white radish for every 150 to 200 milliliters of honey to ensure the right thickness and optimal bioactive compound content. Usage time. After steeping for 8-12 hours, the extract should be used within 3 to 5 days. It should not be stored for too long because natural microorganisms in the diluted honey mixture can develop if not stored properly. Do not use for children under 1 year old. While honey is excellent for adults, for infants under 12 months old, the risk of botulinum poisoning, though small, still exists, so this formula should not be applied to infants. Another important note is that this formula is also suitable for those who are looking to build a whole foods, plant-based lifestyle, a diet that prioritizes whole foods and plant-based sources, which is becoming very popular in developed countries as part of the sustainable healthcare movement. In fact, many integrative medicine doctors at large centers, such as the Mayo Clinic and the Cleveland Clinic today, have begun encouraging patients to use natural therapies like honey and white radish as part of an overall treatment plan, especially for mild to moderate respiratory conditions. Additionally, preparing a jar of honey-infused white radish in the family kitchen also brings great emotional value. In a modern society full of stress and dependence on quick solutions, taking the time for natural health remedies helps individuals reconnect with natural rhythms, with a tradition of healthcare based on food, an important part of the growing culture of self-care that is increasingly being valued. We have together embarked on a journey to explore the power of honey, the sweet gift from nature. And now, let this conclusion be firmly etched in your heart. Honey only truly becomes the elixir of longevity when we know how to use it correctly, at the right time and with the right companion. The miracle does not lie in something expensive or complicated. It lies in understanding, knowing how to avoid dangerous combinations like honey with soybeans, strong tea, or raw onions, combinations that seem harmless but can cause digestive disorders, reduce nutrient absorption, and even harm health in the long run. And it is this understanding that opens the door to natural, healthy living. When we know how to take advantage of these wonderful duos, honey with warm milk for deep and peaceful sleep, honey with cinnamon to protect the heart, or honey infused with white radish to boost immunity and cleanse the lungs. Once again, remember, avoid honey with soybeans, strong tea, raw onions. Prioritize combinations, honey with warm milk, cinnamon, and white radish. Always listen to your body, because no one understands you better than your own body. If this video has brought you valuable knowledge, don't forget to like, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to the Longevity Tips channel so we can continue this journey together. A journey to live healthily, live long, and live fully each day. A spoonful of honey at the right time, in the right way, is not just nutrition, but a commitment to your own life.